hi, welcome to the weekend ring vlog. For the past year, I've done it where I pull a sticky note out of the jar and I read that book, right? Since February of last year. That's gonna be, like, I have the jar, I updated the jar, I went through and took out all the ones that I've already read on my own or whatnot, and then put in most of my 24 and 2024, except for the ones that aren't out yet or already had plans to read, right? I'm pretty sure Anna Karenina is in there, right? But I'm not doing it this month, which is fine because I didn't do it last January either. Because I'm in the middle of all of this. So I technically am also in the middle of an e-arc, right? But these I realized were all rereads that I'm in the middle of. So, you know, we're gonna go through the first one, the one I'm least likely to do, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in this. Yes, this is for the fish's birthday, which was in September. It's fine, it's fine. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do this. Just, I don't know why, it's just like the one that seems less likely. Right, the one that is partially likely is House of Hades. I am just short of 2/3 of the way through, right? I wouldn't mind getting a few more chapters in. I think I'm close to a Leo section. I wouldn't mind getting to that Leo section, starting there for the finishing series vlog for this month, right? Right? That was loud. But I also have this whole entire series. I need to finish my reread of this series by Monday night. It is almost noon on Saturday. So you can tell this is like what's gonna be the main thing. I mean, these two are both over 500 pages. They're about the same length. It's fine. I have reread all these. I have read Pestilence and more in a rereading vlog before. I think I lowered my rating of War then to 4 stars. I think my hierarchy of favorite to least favorite goes Death first place, then Pestilence, and then Famine, and then War. These two, like, really, it just really depends on the mood I'm in. Right? So I have to read all of these. I have partially started War. So these are what I'm going to focus on this whole entire weekend. It's just going to be rereading the rest of the series. Right? Because it took me 4 days to reread Pestilence, and that's like 350 pages, and the easy one. Make it make sense. Okay? Technically, yes, I am rereading these for the podcast, so like, if that's a thing you want to check out, the Pestilence episode is out, and it is heckin' hilarious. And like 2 days after this goes up, the War episode will go out, so I'm expecting that also to be hilarious. But yeah, that's the plan. Basically, read all 3 of these and some of House of Hades when I need a break. And that's all I'm gonna do for the next like 48 hours. Maybe I'll sleep a little bit. Hello, hi. It's 5:30 p.m. and we're only 70 pages in. I need to read this whole thing today. I did spend like an hour trying to get the audiobook. It didn't happen. I think I'm gonna speed read this, because I remember the important details and everything else is just very repetitive, both of Pestilence and 2 of itself, right? Like, the same things happen a lot, to the point where in my notes I have a counter of how many times they camp out alone, away from everyone else and whatnot. So, you know, good times. But yeah, I'm like 14% of the way through. And then I think before I start Famine tomorrow, I'm going to read like 6 chapters of this, or 6 chapters, 6 pages. It's 2 chapters. Apparently I stopped in the middle of a Percy section, and of course the next section is a Leo section, which is where I want to leave off for next week, or for the next week, right? So it makes more sense for me to just read those 2 chapters and then leave off at Leo. So that's probably what we'll do first thing in the morning before I start Famine. At least Famine's faster and slightly different because she dies in the beginning, not the end. Right? You know, and then I get Death. sweet, sweet Death. I love him so much. Anyways, yeah. Oh, also, I was looking at other reviews for the racism aspect. And I saw one person describe war as Walmart called Drago, which I can totally see with all his riders and whatnot, soldiers, and all the horseback. Yeah, it's very Khal Drogo, like season 1 Game of Thrones. Like, yeah. And to someone else, whenever he's described, just pictured Ares from Xena. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. Like, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get halfway through this before dinner. We'll see. That means I should stop recording and read. Okay, quick update. I got exactly halfway through last night. You know, the book I was supposed to finish yesterday. Or read all of yesterday. Plan is to speed read the rest of this. It's very repetitive from this point on. I remember this. And then read the 2 chapters of House of Hades. And then start the next book. Right. That's the plan. Okay, next update. I read the 2 chapters. It was like 10 pages. The end. With that one. I'm not gonna read anymore this weekend of that. Read all of this bad boy, finished it, going with 3 stars. It was at 4 stars, and I'm pretty sure when I first read it in 2020, I put it at 5, and then in 2022, or sometime in between, I lowered it to 4, I lowered it to 3. It's not my favorite, it's very repetitive, like, to the point, I did download the ebook and search how many times the word wife is said. It's over 200 times, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So, you know, good times. I've remembered most of it. And like the little things I didn't remember, it's just because it's like so repetitive with tiny little details changed. That's just kind of boring. Now, the plan is to read at least 100 pages of Famine. I put my bookmark in on just page 1. And that's where this this vlog is gonna end tonight. So like, I'll probably update you tomorrow morning after I get this. This is gonna be a short one. But yeah, I want to get at least 100, maybe 150 pages in this. At least both this one and Death is shorter than War. Okay, I got that going for me. And this one is slightly different from Pestilence and War in the way like the usual beats are slightly different. I think she does try to kill him, but like not in the same way. The banter is different. Whatnot. I was trying to figure out what the secondary title for this one was gonna be because this is like the only one I couldn't think of a secondary title for the notes, and I think I'm gonna go with the plant bondage one because that's one scene I just vividly remember. But yeah, it's like the whole thing where like the woman always die, and that's when the horsemen are like, oh my god, my woman. She dies in the very beginning. And then things happen, right? And then she almost dies at the end, but she doesn't, if I remember properly. So, which is different, because like in both Pestilence and War, they die at the end, right? And then they're like, oh, but please, I take back everything I've done, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, also this is the only one where they don't have children in any way. Because she doesn't want children. And he has the ability to control that. And so he's like, all right, we won't have children. And like, even in Death, when it's like many years later, they still don't have children. Which is interesting. Also, she's the most different of the main characters, because like, she's still a strong-willed woman who like, definitely tries to kill him. Not the same extent, but tries to kill him and all this stuff. But she's definitely, the most individual all the main characters in this series. That being said, Famine is like 3rd place for me, like, of the horsemen. War last place, Death 1st place. So like, I like her and I like the difference in this one, but I dislike him. So it's just like, though I do think, if I remember properly, the banter comes back in this one in a good way, because I didn't like the banter in War. So yeah, my arm's falling asleep, so I'm gonna stop this update and go read 150-ish pages of this bad boy. Okay, Okay, it's like 7 p.m. Yeah, Monday. So I have decided I will give you a rundown of everything I read during this. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a shorter vlog. It's fine. Like it should be. It's only for 2 days. It should be this short, right? Imagine. Read like 10 pages, 2 chapters of House of Hades. It's still good. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, except that I should probably finish it. Read all 4. Lowered my rating to 3 stars. We just recorded the episode a few hours ago. Moral of the story, it's boring, it's long, for no reason. Very repetitive. My wife, he's a my wife guy, he says, or the word wife is said 213 times. It's obscene. It is the longest series. It's the slowest series. I think part of it is also Pestilence. The chapters are usually like pretty short, like 5-ish pages, mixed with the banter, makes it so it feels like snappy and fast, whatnot. This one, the banter's not banter, first of all. Second of all, the chapters are like over 10 pages each. And so usually, like, it feels more like a slog. And that is why I lowered my rating to 3. It's fine. Like, I'm trying to say, it's like fine. It's cool. It's whatever. If I am to reread the series for like a 4th time, there's a good chance I'll skip this one. Like, it's not important. I don't care. It's the most boring of them all. I totally threw that so it lands super weird. I gotta fix that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Video on War. And then I never updated you on Famine. Hear me out. Does he look like Aquaman to anyone else? Like, right? Anyways, I did read 97 pages of this last night before I went to bed. I'm not gonna say how far I'm in it right now, because that's gonna be the next vlog. I've decided I am going to start the next vlog today. And this is gonna be a part of it. So yeah. But I'm 97 pages into it. Which is about my goal. I want somewhere around 100, depending when like chapters end, blah blah blah. And it's like just short of a quarter of the way through, too. And it's so good, especially in comparison to reading War. I remember disliking this one the most. I don't know why, but it was higher rated than War and about the same as Death. And I remember Death being my favorite, but Pestilence being highest, rated the highest. I think I'll put it in the next vlog, but I'm pretty sure my ratings in order are gonna go Death, Pestilence, Famine, then War. I remember the ending, like the last like 100 pages of like the point of like him getting to the point of stopping killing humanity. It's very repetitive and it's annoying. I remember that because he doesn't choose it of his own volition for her or whatnot. He chooses it because of things outside of his control, right? So I remember that, and I think that's why in my mind I see it as less than all the others. But like, I've laughed out loud multiple times. Anna's character, hilarious. The Famine's character, I remember disliking him, but like his character makes more sense. Like his violence towards humanity makes more sense. The other two are like, it's my job. He's all like, yeah, I was tortured by humans for years and repeatedly killed by humans for years. Like, it makes sense if you go through the things that he went through, if you're physically able to. Then like it makes sense why he has such that hatred and why he likes Anna, because she was the only one to be kind to him, right? Which is why when she gets all stabby towards him, that's why he's all like, oh, because and he feels hurt because not being stabbed, but because this person who was the only person willing to show him kindness happens to view him as not worthy of that kindness at the time. And that's why he gets hurt. Like, his character growth and journey and the reason why he does things makes so much more sense. It's not just like, oh, because God told me to. It's very much more of like, yeah, that, but then also the things people did to me. And I'm just like, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, that's it. I read 97 pages of this. It was good to, the end. I have no clue what to say. That's the end of this vlog. Like, it's a fast one. I'm pretty sure this update is about half as long as the rest of the vlog combined. That's fine. Next Wednesday will be the week-long finishing series. Kind of the thing with those now this year is that instead of me choosing one series and then finishing that series in usually a week, along with other things, it's just a week of me just reading other books and series. So, you know, good times. It'll be interesting and whatnot. Hence why I'm gonna talk about this tonight, because like it makes sense. If I'm already rereading the series, might as well put in that vlog too. And start that vlog. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go until the next time.